Would you please welcome to the stage at this time one of Jerome's very best friends. We've known one another for 30 years. He was his best man, Mr. Ron Sloy. Ron?
Grandma, Mom Kersey, John, Trump's father, Terry, Kiara. I'm so sorry. They say a true character of a man is judged by how he treats others that can do nothing for him. That was Jerome. Jerome never looked down on anybody. He was a big man, but he loved everybody. Sean's, I saw where a week or so ago when Jerome passed, you said you've lost a son, and I think a lot of us feel that way. I find it so interesting that the synonym for mercy is kindness, and I must tell you, Jerome is the kindest man I've ever met. I want to tell you one brief story that Terry shared with me about a week ago. After every home game this year, Jerome would go up into the suites and collect some of the food that hadn't been opened, load it up in his back seat and his trunk, and drive down to Old Town and pass it out to the homeless. He'd tap him on the shoulder and say, "You have a good evening. This is from the Portland TrailBlazers." Jerome told me a long time ago that the number one thing that you can give a person is your time. I want to read you a brief email that I received earlier this week. I've received thousands of emails about Jerome all over the world, and of course, hundreds and hundreds of text messages, but there was one that really struck me that is a testament to who Jerome Kersey is. He's a friend of mine. Ron, I want to share with you a short note that I received from Grant's teacher. Grant is 8 years old and in the second grade. It's been a tough week for him and our whole family for that matter. With the passing of Jerome, and tragically, my father passed last Monday. I think it's wonderful that Grant considered Jerome his friend. Jerome was always extra sweet to my kids when he saw him out at Columbia Edgewater and everywhere else in town. I recently took Grant to a Blazer game where we ran into Jerome. After lifting Grant higher than he's ever been lifted by any human, he asked Grant how things were going. Grant told him he was playing second grade basketball. He then asked Jerome, when he played in the NBA, how many times he had to pass the ball before he could shoot, because he explained his team had to pass the ball twice before they could shoot. Jerome replied, "I took it straight to the hoop, my man." And he said, Jerome was a gem. This is what Grant's teacher had to say. So yesterday morning I checked in with Grant to see how he was doing and let him know how sorry I was to hear that his grandfather had passed. He got a bit teary-eyed and said that everybody he knew was dying. When I asked him who else died, he said, my best friend. And I expressed some surprise and asked, who was his best friend? And Grant said, Jerome Kersey. He told me that he and his dad Rob had dinner with Jerome once, and he was the nicest man he'd ever met. I talked to Jerome about 2 hours before he passed. And so the following morning, this is what I wrote him. Jay, I'm so glad we had a chance to talk on the phone yesterday. The best part is how we'd say goodbye as we've done for almost 30 years. I'd say I love you, and he'd say I love you too, pal. I had no idea it'd be the last time I'd talk to you. Thank you for your guidance and for your friendship. You're the finest man I've ever met. A true gentleman, caring, humble, generous, and selfless. It looks like we'll have to take a rain check on our dinner that we had scheduled for next week. I'll get up your way when it's my time. Give Doug and Luke a hug for all of us and continue to watch over us and take care of us as you've always done. It's been a true honor to be your best friend. I'm so tremendously sad and heartbroken. I am and will continue to be so very proud to call Jerome Kersey my best friend. God bless you, my dear Jerome. The next time I make a birdie on the golf course, it'll be in your honor. Rest in peace. Love, your honey boy. If love could have saved Jerome, he would live forever.